Organization is everything. I've turned my chaotic pile of receipts into a well-structured digital filing system. Here's my exact process. I use QuickBooks, Self-Employed, or Wave. Both are free and affordable options designed specifically for freelancers. I've created specific categories: performance, income, streaming revenue, merchandise sales, teaching income, and session work. Every single transaction gets logged within 48 hours while it's still fresh in my mind, because this mind is pretty far. But here's the game changer. I also use an app called Expensify or Shoebox to photograph every receipt that at the moment I get it. So restaurant receipts, business receipts, music meetings with a producer, snap, snap, snap. XLR cables from Guitar Center, snap, snap, snap. Everything. Meeting with a producer about an album corroboration, replacement for a cable, and you just type it in. And when April rolls around, I have a searchable, categorized digital archived instead of a shoebox full of thermal paper, especially when they're like the CVS papers. Now let's talk about deductions, the unsung heroes of tax season. As a creative, the IRS allows you to deduct ordinary and necessary business expenses. Now let me get specific about what this actually means, because there's so many things that you could use. Instruments and equipment. Here's what most people don't know. If you buy equipment over $2,500, you can take advantage of Section 179 deduction and write off the entire cost in 1 year instead of depreciating it. That's some $3,000 guitar, fully deductible in 1 year if you elect 179. Strings, drum heads, reeds, anything, fully deductible, immediately supplies. I even deduct my humidifier for my voice. Protect your income generating assets. Home studio costs. This is where the home deduction office becomes very powerful. You have two options. The simplified method, which is $5 per square up to 300 square feet, or the actual expense method. I use the actual expense method because my studio is 150 square feet in my apartment, and that's 12% blah blah blah, and my utilities and my rents, and so it's roughly $4,800 in annual deductions. Critical detail: the space must be used exclusively and regularly for business. My studio is not a studio, not a guest room. It sometimes has recording equipment. Promotional expenses. So every dollar you spend marketing yourself is a deductible. My Spotify for artist subscription, any kind of Adobe Creative, Canva solutions, social media creation apps, graphics, $12.99 a month, Facebook and Instagram ads, press kits, printing, photography sessions, press photos, even the cost of hiring a publicist. Last year, if you even spent $1,000 on a music video, fully deductible because it promotes your business. Now, speaking of deductions, let's get granular about travel expenses. The IRS standard mileage rate is 67 cents per mile for business. So I use Mile IQ, which runs in the background of my phone, automatically tracks every trip. At the end of each drive, I swipe right on the business, for left for personal. Gig 30 miles away, that's 60 miles a trip, $40 of deductions. Over a year, that adds to thousands. And here's what many musicians miss. If you travel overnight for a gig or music conference, and you can deduct airfare, hotels, 50% of your meals, ground transportation, even bag fees. I played a festival, and my flight, hotel, and 3 nights of rental car and half my meal costs were all deducted. That's nearly $1,500 of write-offs. Pro tip: keep your tour diary and calendar noting business purposes only on each trip. And here's what many creatives don't know: the continuing education. The IRS allows you to deduct education that maintains improving your skills required for your current business. You can deduct online courses, masterclass subscriptions, studying specific instructors, music production, even books and music theory and business on music, or comedy or whatever it is that you do. If you attend an industry conference or registration, that registration fee, the travel, the lodging, all is deductible. And here's a lesser known deduction: professional services and memberships. ASCAP membership, deductible. Musicians union dues, deductible. Professional liability insurance, website hosting through Squarespace, all of that, $16 a month. Email marketing through MailChimp. Even my subscription to Sound Better Define sessions, all deductible. Now let's address the elephant in the room: estimated quarterly taxes. As self-employed individuals, we are required to pay estimated taxes 4 times a year: April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, and January 15th. The IRS expects you to pay as you earn, not all at once in April. Here's my system. I maintain a separate savings account called tax account. Every time I receive a payment, whether it's $50 from streaming or a $500 check from a gig, it immediately transfers 30% into that account. I use a higher percentage because I also need to cover 15% for self-employment tax, self-insurance, Social Security, all that kind of stuff. So if you take all of that and you calculate your quarterly payment, use IRS Form 1040-ES. It walks you through estimating your annual income and calculating what you owe each quarter. I set calendar reminders 2 weeks before each deadline, so I'm never caught off guard. Missing these payments results in penalties and interest. So I learned that the hard way the first year, and it cost me an extra $400, so don't do that. There are income thresholds and limitations. Working with that tax and working with a tax professional is definitely crucial. They'll tell you what to do. If this sounds overwhelming, consider hiring a tax professional. He will or she will specialize, especially the ones that specialize in creative industries. Not a CPA who understands the regular stuff, just somebody who understands the unique challenges of a musician or an artist. I found mine through the National Association of Tax Professional Directory. Filtering those with entertainment industry experience, they may charge a little extra, but they've saved you thousands in deductions. I would have missed so much if they hadn't given me these strategies and structured my business more effectively. Here is my month-to-month tax preparation system. Here we go, guys. Are you ready? January through November, log all income and expenses within 48 hours. Photographs, receipts immediately. Update mileage, log weekly. December, review the entire year. Make any last minute equipment purchases. If you're planning on purchasing them, get them now. Accelerate those deductions into the current tax year. January 1st to 15th, gather 1099 forms. They're required to be sent by January 31st, but may arrive early. Organize all your documents, pay Q4 estimated taxes. February, meet with my accountant, start prepping my return using TurboTax Self-Employed. March, file taxes early, no more waiting until April 14th at midnight. Lastly, remember that tax season is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And the most successful creators that I've known know their finances and treat it like a craft with intention, consistency, and professionalism. Start building these habits now, not in March when you're panicking. So as we approach this tax season, let's shift our mindset from dread to empowerment. We as artists are here, we're business owners, and we're managing our finances separately from our creativity, but it is what enables us. So every dollar you save in taxes is a dollar you can invest in better equipment, more studio time, or simply just the freedom of creating without financial stress. So here's to a successful tax season. I wish you all the best and to make the best creations this year made.